Amazing. I love how these students know what climate change is. And do you know that we're facing it every day? Every one of us here. Did you notice how we're facing it every day? No? I hear some no's. Yes, exactly. So, see, many of you are aware of climate change, and some of you are also aware about how we're facing it every day. Everybody here. But many are still not conscious, many are still not aware about climate change, about how they are facing it in reality. How climate change is real. Even here in Timor-Leste. Right? Many people don't know. They don't have that consciousness. That's why we, the climate activists, are here raising the awareness. Is that right?
Yes.
Let me tell you an example of how we're facing climate change. So just imagine, I guess you're living here for many years in Timor-Leste, right?
Yes.
So imagine about a few years back, about the summer or the weather conditions back then, in the past, and present, today. Can you see the difference? You can see the difference, right? It was way cooler. Like, this time, it's like really hot. Is it?
Yeah.
It's really hot in Timor-Leste, right?
Yes.
That's global warming. The rising in temperature. That's what you're facing. That's climate change. Because of global warming, the rising in temperature, the heat that you're facing, present, right now, today, is impacting the world. Not only here in Timor-Leste, but in different parts of the world. Because of the global warming, the ice, the glaciers in the Arctic, in the Antarctica are melting. And due to that, sea level is increasing. Did you know that?
Yes.
So, in the future, many beautiful island nations like the Maldives, even Timor-Leste, might be underwater. Do you want to be underwater?
No.
You still want to spend time with your family, with your friends, like in your school, right? You don't want everything to be underwater, right?
Yes.
But that can be possible, like that, the future of Timor-Leste, of these island nations, can submerge inside the sea. You guys might be underwater in the future, in the next few decades, because of climate change. That's how much of a big impact it has on us. Many people talk about how climate change is not real. It's a hoax, but no. Seriously, what kind of joke is that? We're stuck. We're seriously facing it right now, in front of us. I even gave you the 2 examples. So, you have imagined about the change in weather, in the climate, right? You also know about how this island country, Timor-Leste, might submerge inside the sea, right, in the future? But do you guys want that?
No.
Do you want to face those consequences of the human actions, of the human behavior in the future? No? Do you want to stop that?
Yes.
Yes? Good. If you want to stop that, everybody in Timor-Leste, like not only in this hall, every one of you here today, must take the responsibility to save our planet. Do you know how can you take that responsibility? No? A minute? Yeah? You can start by taking small steps, small actions. Because you guys have so much power in your hands, in yourselves. You can change the whole world. 12 years old. I started when I was around 6. And I'm taking all these actions so that I could save our planet and our future. But I myself alone can't do it. Can't make that happen possible. I want you guys to be a part of it. Everybody living in this world. Right? Without that, it would be impossible to save our planet. So I have my own organization named Child Movement. And in that organization, it's a children movement like you guys, or a people movement. You call out for climate justice. In that organization of mine, we do massive tree plantations with the school children especially. We do cleanliness drives, beach cleanups, street cleanups, etc. nearby to our houses. We also do a lot of strikes, protests if our voice is not heard by the government, and they're in India and also in different parts of the world. And we're also raising awareness, just like I am today with you guys. And that's what you guys can do as well. I also saw some of the recycling bins there out there. Yeah, great work. I guess it's something that the students and teachers did together. Yeah? Amazing work. So should we do that?
Yes.
Should we raise environment consciousness within everybody?
Yes.
See, I am telling you all about climate change and all about what you can do to save climate change, to stop climate change, to save our planet. And this shouldn't be just in your head, like you just keep all that info inside your head, inside your mind, right? You should implement what I am telling you about, right? The action is what matters. Many people listen to many activists, many scientists, experts, what we're talking about, especially about climate change. But people don't take the action. So there's no point of raising this consciousness among people. So should we take action together?
Yes.
Should we?
Yes.
This side. Should we take action?
Yes.
That's the spirit. Now that you have promised me, that's the promise, to take action, you should work on with your school, with your teachers, to stop the climate change. Raise this awareness, this message to everybody you know, to your friends who are not here today maybe, to your relatives, to your family members, etc. Please do. It's my request. When you do that, I have to say there might be some adults or some people who might judge you. Like, you're a kid, just study in your school, read your books, do your exams, etc., etc. Right? They do that a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. They say climate change is not real. Is that right?
Yeah.
No, there are people who talk to us like that when we take these kinds of actions. There are people in our journey of climate activism when we take climate actions. So when you hear them saying about that, tell them, just ask them, are you living in some kind of other planet? Just ask them. Because aren't we all living in the same planet called Earth? We are. So isn't it everybody living in this world, living in Earth, responsibility to save our planet, to love and respect our Mother Nature?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So why should it be the responsibility of only us, of only the scientists, of the activists, of the experts, of the policymakers? No, it should be the responsibility of every citizen in this planet. You got that right?
Yes.
Just say that to them. Because there is no planet B. There is no planet B. There is only one and only planet, the Earth. And if we continue this behavior, this action, to keep on destroying nature, then there will be much more consequences than the environmental disasters that we're facing today, climate change. action today will decide our future tomorrow. My generation is already the victims of today's climate crisis. And I don't want the future generations to face the same consequence again because of the inaction and empty false promises. All our little things can make a huge difference. The first step to save our planet is to change our behavior. Can you recall what I said?
Change our behavior.
The first step, I repeat, to save our planet is to change our behavior. Everything happening in this world, the climate change that we're facing, is because of what? It's because of the human actions. It's because of the human behavior. It's something that we, the humans, have caused. Right?
Yes.
So if we have caused something, then we should also be the solution makers, the people to implement actions. And you guys are the ones who have to do it. You have to empower more and more children so that the future generations don't face even more worse consequences than we are facing today. So should we fight for our planet together?
Yes.
Yep. You got that message?
Yes.
And what else? What are you, so you guys are in third and fourth grades? Third and fourth. Fifth, sixth? Yeah, everybody primary. What are you guys doing to save our planet? Any actions that you implement? You can raise your hand. Just short.
Right now, at the supermarket, so whenever we go,
Huh?
my family, we never take the plastic bags. We always bring our.
Really? That's so good. You can learn from her. You can learn from many kids. She said when she goes to the supermarket, maybe with your family or something, she doesn't use the plastic bags. That sounds just so amazing. The plastic bags, plastic pollution is a big global problem today. Because what do you think about plastic? Is plastic a good product or a bad product? Bad.
Yes.
Bad?
Yes.
You go with bad.
Yeah.
But it's a good product. You guys surprised? Yes? Plastic is a good product. Isn't plastic a part of our life? I mean, it is, right? Everything. I guess even many things are made up of plastic. Even the fans there at our houses, maybe the school, maybe the benches, desks. Many things are made up of plastic. Even the snacks we eat. And this plastic bag, I mean, plastic makes our life easier. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
So isn't that what makes plastic a good product? Yes? It's a part of our life, it makes our life easier. But then, you said about how plastic's a bad product. Then let's come to the point of how it has become a bad product. Who made plastic a bad product? Us? Who drew plastic, like plastic pollution? Who created it? Yes, the human beings. We just have like so much power to make good things into bad things. For example, plastic. So it's like not only about plastic, it's about human behavior. So you get the message, right? Any other actions? I guess there was, yeah.
When we go to the supermarket and sometimes we forget to bring our paper bags, so we take the plastic bag, and then instead of just throwing it away once we've taken the pasta out of the bag, we recycle it, and sometimes I create something with it, or so I've created quite a few evolutions with them, and they can be used for more than one thing.
Wow, great work. Anybody else? Yes, yeah.
So when we have like any plastic or something that can be recycled, me and my brother take it out to little like hand woven bags and we put it in there, and every once in a while that when they're full we take them out to some bins that get emptied and recycled by one of the companies that works here.
Wow, great work. Yeah, you're in the back.
I usually like to do some creative stuff. So with plastic, I make different stuff when I'm done using it.
Wow. Nice work. The girl in the back, yeah.
So whenever I have a cardboard or something my mom or my auntie wants to throw away, I would ask them to give it to me so I can make something out of it.
Amazing, fabulous. Should we go on? Okay, one more. With the football t-shirt, yes.
At home, whenever I'm throwing something away, I always check if it's recyclable. So then if it is, then I put it into this box, and then in my free time, I find out how I can make something with it.
So I see many people are recycling plastic. Many are seeing like if that something which has to be shown by your parents or family, you're checking if it's recyclable or not, right? Amazing. That's a good thing. And who taught you that? Your teachers?
Yeah.
Did they teach you that you should do this? Yes? Like, no? But it's good that you're doing this. And for the students who are not raising their hands, like, I hope you can learn from your friends, right? From the students in this school. You should learn from each other the actions that you're taking. And I also like, making a lot of stuff, art. I like art and craft, DIY stuff. And I also like to make a lot of things out of plastic. Plastic can be really useful. Yeah. Any other actions other than recycling or something? Other than recycling? Yeah.
Sometimes we go on to like beach cleanups, and like a lot of people come, and we like go along the beach and like collect plastic and put it into like plastic bags, and then we take it away. But I don't really know where they like take it to. But I know that they clean up the beaches and yeah.
Good.
Every assembly done
I'll come back to you. Yeah.
Sometimes when I go to like the ocean and go swimming, sometimes I take the plastic. If I find plastic, I take it out of the water and like put it in the bin, so like the fish don't get hurt.
That's amazing. Oh, I have this project of mine known as the Plastic Money Shop. So, in Plastic Money Shop, people would come to me and they give their single-use plastic waste from their homes, etc. And when they give me that, in return, they get free 2 kg of rice. Like, there are 3 options that they can choose from. 2 kg of rice, a plant sapling, or any of these stationary items. And then after collecting all the single-use plastic waste from the people, I again turn them, recycle them into school benches, desks, house roof sheets, road tiles, etc. And then I sell those items that I make from plastic. And from the money I get, I can buy the plant sapling, the 2 kg of rice, and the stationery items. That's the process of plastic money shop. And I guess if it's possible, maybe you guys can implement it too here in Timor-Leste. You think it's possible?
Yes.
Yeah? You want to do that?
Yes.
Isn't that a great way of doing with plastic? Not just, creating stuff out of it, but people give you plastic and in return they're also getting something. Many poor people don't really have the rice and they would be really happy to get it, right? And we would also get those single-use plastic waste and then we could also recycle them. So the main mission of this project, the Plastic Money Shop, is to eliminate every single-use plastic from our planet. It also stops the single-use plastic waste from reaching our oceans, rivers, seas, landfills, etc. So that's the work Plastic Money Shop does. And it has also won many awards like the Anthem Award in USA, the Eco Hero Award. I was one of the winners for that. So yeah, that's what our project does. So maybe we could collaborate with the school, with you guys, and we could do this together. Yeah? Does that sound like a great idea? Yes! So yeah.
Thank you so much, Lucy, for sharing about what you've been doing and helping inspire the kids that we have here.
No problem.
And if you don't mind, I think they're really curious about you and would like to ask you some questions.
Sure, go ahead.
So I'll just help choose the students if that's all right.
No problem.
Edith?
Who inspired you to be
Climate activist?
yeah?
Yeah. Inspired me. Well, basically, for becoming an activist, climate activist, the climate change inspired me. So when I was a toddler, when I was a really young kid, in India, there's a state named Odisha. I grew up there. My whole childhood life was there. And I faced Cyclone Titli in 2018 and then Cyclone Fani in 2019. In those two cyclones, in front of my own very own two eyes, I saw how children lost their parents. How many innocent people lost their lives. And many people were becoming homeless. It had a huge impact on me as well. I was really sad. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't even eat my food, I couldn't even drink water. And after those cyclones in 2019, 18 and 19, I again moved to New Delhi, the capital of India, with my family in 2019. And again, after the huge environmental disaster, the climate change cyclones that I faced in Odisha, I faced the high air pollution in New Delhi, you might know, and the intense heat wave crisis in summers. I am also a school student. I go to school every day with my sister. We, the school students there in India, in New Delhi, can't even breathe properly. We have to wear masks every day. We can't breathe properly even inside our homes. That's how worse the situation is about high air pollution level. And in the heat waves, many innocent children have died due to heat strokes. So after facing all of that environmental issues, with climate change, it turned me into an activist. As a child, I was really curious. I had a lot of questions coming up in my mind. Why is this happening? Why are these children, these people losing their lives, losing their parents, their homes? I had all those questions up in my mind. I asked my teachers, I asked my mentors, just like them, then why is this happening? They said it was all about climate change. And then, at last, I asked them, as a child, what I can do to solve this. I didn't want that to continue. I didn't want those children to face that said again. The cyclones, the air pollution, the heat waves, or any other environmental disaster or climate change. I wanted to stop that. So I started taking a lot of initiatives, the actions, and I posted it in my social media. And many people started to recognize me. And they started calling me an activist. Even the work that I didn't know that I was doing climate activism. So they told out to me that I'm a climate activist, and it went that way. That's how my journey started. Yeah, any other questions? You can choose.
Do you think that climate change will get better or worse?
It depends. It depends on the humans. Not only me, not only you, but on everybody. I told you about the behavior, right? See, as an activist, I'm doing my best I can to stop climate change, to raise the awareness, to raise the environment consciousness between people, among the people. I'm doing my best. But it's up to you guys, but it's up to the people that I tell them, the people who hear my voice, whether they take the action or not. If they don't, of course it will get worse. If they don't change their behavior, it will get more worse and worse. We will face even more worse consequences than we are. The future generations, imagine. And climate change is there on our face. But if they listen to our voices, if the people change their behavior, love and respect our nature, everybody want a future, everybody living in this world, if they do that, then of course it will get better. So that's how you guys can take action, initiative. As I told you about social media, many people started to recognize me in that. So you guys can use social media as a powerful tool to raise your voice. Did you get that? Because social media, you might know, connects us with the world. Many countries across the globe are in social media, people across the globe. And you can raise your voice with that. And if you have any local problems or anything that you're facing, you can call out to the government, Timor-Leste. You can write them letters. You can file petitions to the government. These are the little actions that you can take. And more about, you talked about beach cleanups, you also talked about recycling. So it's something that you can learn from each other. And you should all see, some students do something. Then the difference it can make wouldn't be that great. So I want you guys to work together as one. Okay? As one. Because you guys have this so much potential in your hands, and if you make that potential, all that, in everybody, into one, unite together, then the power, the change, the difference you can make is on another level. So again, climate action now. We should take the climate action now. Otherwise, it would be too late. I repeat, otherwise it would be too late. Any other questions?
If we did not do anything about climate activism and stuff, what would happen to Earth, do you think?
Pardon? Can you repeat that?
If we didn't do anything about climate change, and we didn't change our behaviors, and we kept doing polluting the air and everything, what would happen?
As I told you, the consequences would get much more worse. We are facing, temperatures have increased, sea levels are rising, but it would happen really fast. It would be maybe the Timor-Leste could submerge inside the sea in no time. A few decades, I might say. But see, or cyclones or flash floods across the globe, not only in India, in Europe, but like to the worst extent. And they're dying. Millions of children like me are dying due to climate change. And those millions, those numbers, isn't a simple number, like just you can say. But it would increase day by day. It would happen to a much more worse effect. The climate change. That's why I'm telling how people should, change their behavior.
So, is there any energy sources that impact climate change?
Yes, of course. Yes. Yeah, I didn't mention it in my speech. Fossil fuels. You know? Fossil fuels?
Yes.
Coal, oil, gas. My God. These are the top causes of climate change. Do you know that? Yes? So, our governments must work together to manage a just transition away from these fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas, to save our planet. In COP28, Conference of Parties, United Nations Climate Conference held last year in Dubai, I was there, and we the climate activists have been, consciously telling our leaders, the rich nations, again and again, to phase out, to end the era of fossil fuels. But they weren't listening to our voices. So I disrupted the high-level panel session with our world leaders. They were all sitting there, but I disrupted it with a banner writing, "End fossil fuels, save our planet and our future." I did that. Because it was out of fury, I was really mad at them. We were fighting for this for many, many years, in every COP held. But they were just trying to escape from it. Leaders, they are responsible for what we're facing, climate change. So we have to end the era of fossil fuels. Then after the event, COP28 got extended for 2 more days. And all the countries, the part of the United Nations, came to an agreement to end the era of fossil fuels by the year of 2060. Finally, they listened to our voice because of the hard work that we all have put. They did. So now no more countries can use fossil fuels by the year of 2060, and they would double the clean renewable energy sources like wind, solar, hydro by the year of 2030. That is what change is. That is what we, the climate activists, experts, scientists are doing together in order to save our planet.
So I know you have got a lot of time in your trip here, but we hope that our bookmark inspires you to keep reading and keep taking action.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for listening to me.
Thank you.
Thank you. You want to do a slogan? My slogan?
Share with them?
Sure. Do you want to do a slogan?
Yeah.
Are you ready for that? It can be the first page, first chapter of your activism journey. So are you ready for it?
Yes.
No? Yes? So I would say climate, you would say action, climate, action, climate, action. I would say climate, you guys would say justice, climate, justice, climate, justice. And I would say, what do we want? You guys would say climate action. And when I would say, when do we want it? You guys would say now. What do we want? Climate action. When do we want it? Now. Ready? Yeah. I say climate, you say action. Climate, action. Climate, action. I say climate,
global climate activist. The grade 3-4 have just started a new unit of inquiry about renewable and non-renewable energy and how it affects us and the earth.
We are so lucky to have the speaker come in and speak about. We are so lucky to have this special guest come in and help us learn about this topic and show how powerful the actions of a young person can be to make the world a better place.
And thank you to Miss Marta, who helped organize this guest speaker to come in.
And Oliver, would you like to come and introduce his career?
Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to have an extremely inspirational